Waziri Mkuu, hapa merci. Karibu.
Prime Minister Raila Odinga concluded his 3-day tour of Upper Eastern, which saw him traverse the county of Marsabit. Odinga, who was accompanied by ODM chairman Henry Kosgei, said that the next election, which will be the first under the new constitution, will be a defining moment for Kenya. While popularizing his presidential bid as well as ODM party, Odinga claimed that ODM was the only party that could guarantee the full implementation of the constitution and enable Kenyans to enjoy the benefits of devolution.
Sasa mimi naambia nyinyi ati hii katiba mpya ya mkombozi wenu. Hii katiba mpya itakomboa wa Kenya. Tofauti baina hii katiba mpya na ile mkongwe ni kama usiku na mchana.
Chama ambacho kinaunganisha wananchi wote wa Kenya. Chama ambacho kinatafuta haki. Na Mungu hawezi kulala mara mbili, mara huu ni mara wa Raila Amolo Odinga.
Sasa mimi naambia nyinyi ati hii katiba mpya ya mkombozi wenu. Hii katiba mpya itakomboa wa Kenya.
Meanwhile, a day after 3 legislators from the South Rift region issued a 1-week ultimatum to the Prime Minister to resettle the remaining Mau evictees or else they quit ODM, MPs allied to Odinga, led by his elder brother Dr. Oburu Odinga and Lands Minister James Orengo, have now come to his defense, asking the Kipsigis MPs not to politicize the issue. Orengo said the resettlement of Mau evictees and other internally displaced persons was a government project, and the Ministry of Lands has set aside 1 billion shillings for the acquisition of land for the forest evictees.
If there is a different political motive for what they are saying, then I think they better tell us. But as far as we're concerned, the issue of Mau evictees cannot be a basis for saying that either they want to leave the party.
And in Nairobi County, after attending a Sunday service at the AIPCA church in Kasarani, NAK Kenya presidential aspirant Martha Karua conducted a Meet the People tour to popularize her presidential bid. Karua asked President Kibaki and Prime Minister Raila Odinga to move with speed and address the plight of the striking teachers and doctors. Karua said it was a shame that the two leaders were yet to address the matter 1 week later.
Government ought to have embarked immediately with a comprehensive review of wages, a policy on wages, and a comprehensive review. Just the way Parliament has been beating the deadline, churning out the many legislations.
Meanwhile, presidential aspirant on a NAK party ticket, Water Minister Charity Ngilu, took her campaigns to Machakos town. Ngilu, who met aspirants seeking elective posts on the NAK party ticket, challenged other presidential aspirants to engage the public on issue-based politics and outline what they will do for the country if elected president. Ngilu said she was determined to transform the country in terms of development.
And really, I'm very shocked about Kenyan politicians. None of them is talking about the issues. They are all talking about what they want to be, but then they seem not to understand, even if they were given that presidency, what they would do with it. That's right. Itakuwa tu merry-go-round kwa hawa, kuongea. They have been talking for a long time, but ask them, what is it that they have done in their life in leadership?
I want to tell those who are saying that we as NAK, our presidential candidate, ati anataka kuharibia mtu, ati wale wanasema our presidential candidate, she is not going to the finish line, those are daydreamers.
And in Kajiado County, presidential aspirant on a TNA party ticket, Deputy Prime Minister Uhuru Kenyatta, took time to campaign for the Kajiado North parliamentary aspirant on the party's ticket, Moses Ole Sakuda. Kenyatta asked residents of Rongai to vote in a leader who has a vision for the country. Kenyatta also pleaded with the striking teachers not to hold the country at ransom, but instead agree to negotiate with the government for the sake of the students who are expected to sit for their final examinations next month.
Nikiingia kwa uwanja tena, wananchi waseme sio mimi tena, mimi nitatia amri. Mimi sikosi kutia amri kama wengine. Lakini wananchi wakisema ni mimi, hawa wengine pia watie amri, wanifuate tuende pamoja. After 28 years, Kajiado North has an opportunity to elect a new member of parliament. And Kajiado North will be making history on the 17th.
And in Uasin Gishu County, presidential aspirant on a United Republican Party ticket, William Ruto, joined worshippers at the AIC church in Eldoret for a Sunday service. Ruto asked the government to make public the offer they have tabled for the striking teachers and doctors for the sake of poor students and patients. Ruto challenged the government to be proactive to avert a recurrence of strikes in the country.
Wakati tuna changamoto kama vile tulivyo navyo, mambo ya walimu wanagoma, daktari wanagoma, inawezekana kwa kauli moja kama watu wa taifa moja tuzungumze na hawa wenzetu, kwa sababu ni Wakenya na ni watu ambao wanaelewa yale yanawezekana, tuwaambie inawezekana. Yale ambayo hayawezekani tuketi chini na wao tuwaeleze, kwa sababu wao ni ndugu zetu, ni watu wa taifa moja.
In Mombasa County, presidential aspirant on a new Ford Kenya party ticket, Justice Minister Eugene Wamalwa, joined worshippers at the PCEA church in Kisauni, one of the churches that was partly burnt during the chaos that was sparked off by the recent killing of Muslim cleric Abu Drogo. Wamalwa urged the youth to avoid being used to perpetuate violence and asked striking teachers to employ lawful means as they seek to resolve their dispute with the government.
Ni haki yenu kufanya migomo chini ya katiba mpya kipengee cha 41. It is your right to strike. Lakini you must do so within the confines of the law. Yale tumesikitishwa kuona walimu wakivua walimu wenzao nguo.
And in Kajiado County, presidential aspirant on a Kenya National Congress Party ticket, Peter Kenneth, attended a Sunday service at PCEA Kandisi Church in Kajiado North constituency. Kenneth, who campaigned for the Kajiado North parliamentary aspirant on a KNC party ticket, Peter Munene, also asked the government to quickly address the issue of the striking teachers and doctors.
To appeal to those in government who are involved in the ongoing talks with teachers and doctors to speed up the act. Our kids are suffering, patients are suffering.
And in Nairobi County, presidential aspirant on a Party of Action Poor Party ticket, Raphael Tuju, joined worshippers at the Jubilee Christian Church. Tuju called on the government to move with speed and resolve the strike by teachers and doctors, saying the strikes were only hurting the poor.
The tragedy we have is that the rich people can take their children to private schools, so it doesn't matter to them that teachers are on strike. We also know that the rich people can take their families to private hospitals.
Presidential aspirant on a Democratic Party ticket, Mutava Musimi, has challenged church leaders to stamp their authority and ensure the government, which will be voted in during the coming polls, implements the constitution to the letter.
Those that are facing charges in The Hague, I think needs to be handled very, very carefully. We need to be careful what we say as leaders.
Musimi also asked Kenyans to maintain peace during and after the March 4th, 2013 election, regardless of its outcome. Thairu for Sunday Live.